Quick disclaimer while I edit the video. These videos are learning experiences. They are kind of for your situational awareness. If you guys have C8s, if you have modified cars, etc., etc. I'm not putting any companies, not putting any shops on blast. I'm just putting out the information, kind of like Amelia did when she ran into all her problems, so that you guys are both entertained, made aware, and kind of see the progression of how we iron out the problems and the little hurdles we come into with these builds, because it's such a new platform that things like this are about to happen. So with that being said, enjoy the video. Alrighty, so definitely low on oil. It was at the bottom of the dipstick, and even the dipstick actually says that you're supposed to check the oil while running. It literally says it on the dipstick. So I'm gonna add probably a third to a half of a quart, because I know basically for a fact, and I apologize for not getting you guys a picture. I gotta get better about that. Honestly, like, I should just straight up hire a cameraman, because I'm so bad about filming. But at the track, we had a good little puddle under the right rear of the car here, because of where the dump comes out and where these pans kind of spill out right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a reasonable amount of oil. We will say a third. We'll go with a half a quart, and we have this. We have the recommended Mobil 1 OW40. I know it says it's the European car formula, but it is the OW40, so we're gonna go with that. Taste test seems decent. I should probably put a funnel in here. Alrighty. Alright, that is half a quart. All right, so it seems like it's on the bottom of the dipstick now, and slightly registering on the side of the dipstick. Kind of hard to tell, but I think it does need more oil. When it was at the track, it had puked about kind of like a tire size amount of oil, and then I had moved it forward a little bit to get it away from the tire, and then it had puked about another half of that. So I'm thinking it lost more than a half a quart, but probably not a full quart. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, let's see, we got about a half a quart left, so I'll probably put in another at least a quarter of a quart, if not more, and then we will recheck again. But I mean, oil pressure is still at a good level. We're still in the low 30s, which is not very concerning, and it is a dry sump system, so if it was just a little low on oil, as long as we're not under load or anything, I don't think it's hurting the engine just to be idling here, especially since we're not that low on oil. So I'm gonna set you guys back up. We'll add another, you know, very scientific amount of oil, and then we're gonna check it again. All right. All right, so that time we added about a quarter of a quart of oil. So we did a half the first time, we did a quarter this time, just because I'm not trying to get it to where we're over full. I feel like that's the responsible thing to do. Okay, there's Bad Larry back on. Alrighty, so pretty confident that we puked about 3/4 of a quart at the track, and that is kind of validated by the amount I just put in the car. So we just put in literally 3/4 of a quart, The first half a quart that we put in showed up on the bottom of the dipstick, and I showed you guys the dipstick the second time when there was a good amount of proof of oil in that that second part, or that actual middle of the dipstick. So as far as that goes, I feel like, well, first of all, it's checking the oil while the car is running is kind of weird to me, but I guess maybe that's a dry sump oil thing, because there's no like oil pan for the dipstick to go down into when it's just like sitting there. But I don't know, that's just an uninformed, off the cuff opinion on my part. But I'm pretty sure Sissio runs Motul oil, so I'm just running the Mobile 1 as an interim fix, although the oil cap does say to run the Mobile 1, and that's what I think the GM Dexos or whatever the heck their branding is on that is kind of what they call for. So right now it does not look like we're having the same problem. I've been pretty hard pressed to replicate the problem for both shops and for you guys, because you know, for some reason the car only likes to have problems when I don't need it to have problems. Let's just go ahead and give it a quick check real quick though. Let's see. We have like one tiny little drip, but I think that's a residue drip. Let's see. I think that's all residue from last time. But let's see, because that seems new, maybe not. Oh yeah, we got a little thing right here. I probably should start the car, maybe drive it around real quick and just make sure it doesn't want to do it again. But we do have Cars and Coffee coming up. I might even make it down to the other Cars and Coffee. I won't name what it is, but I might make it down there for that. But yeah, I got to get her a little bit cleaned up, and then we will go do some more drone footage for y'all. I think the drone footage is pretty cool, as long as there's some music over it. So all right, so consider that a C8 update following the last video about the time slips and about the problems we were having. I decided to get it off the trailer and kind of figure it out for myself, and then we'll get it back down to Sissio Performance so that they can hopefully bulletproof the car, and then also get that trans module in there, because Lord knows we need those banging shifts so we can get down into the low 6s in the 8th and then the high 9s in the quarter. But appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button on the way out. Hit the comment, or go jump down in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns about the C8, wheels and tires, brakes, mods, headers, exhausts, wraps, struts, blah 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 blah. Right, the only thing I really haven't touched on this car is, well, I guess interior. My interior is probably the stockest part of this car, which I'm already tempted to start ripping out door panels and some of this other shenanigans that's adding so much weight to the car unnecessarily. So appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope you guys stay safe out there, and I will see you for the next video.
More.